I was in a bit of a rush as I arrived at Warwick Castle. We're running a little bit late, so the folks from the castle are guiding me at speed through here to try and find the trebuchet team. I've not been here before, it's beautiful. Warwick Castle is an odd place. Most historic castles in England are either ruins sitting abandoned somewhere, or they're run by a charity. Warwick Castle is one of the few exceptions. In 1978, it was sold by the family owners, and it's now run by a company that's better known for theme parks. So yes, they have the historical castle tour, but also shows of falconry and jousting, a maze and play areas for kids, and the mighty trebuchet. And so, holding a 360 camera on a long stick because I knew I wasn't going to get a second take of this, I met Mark, the trebuchet master.
I'm so lucky to think that, like, this is my office. Right. This is where I get to come and play with a massive war machine.
Yeah, okay, that's worth talking about because this is ultimately a war machine.
Yep.
Like, I get that this is a historical attraction. There's going to be folks here later in the day to show us off, but this is a war machine.
It is.
And it's colossal.
From over there, it doesn't look that big. But the closer you get to it, the size and scale of it just becomes so impressive. It's 18 metres. The entire weight of the machine is about 22 tonnes. So it is a hefty piece of kit.
Wow.
Do you want to take a look around it?
Yes, absolutely. So you're test firing soon?
Yeah, so we're going to do a test shot in a moment. And I figured you wanted to get some shots of it firing.
Yes,
this is basically the same as when we do a crew wind. The only difference is, for safety's sake, our first shot of the day has to be done with a winch. So it's done on an electronic winch just to make sure there's not any problems with the arm or anything like that. So when we get the crew in for the first one, it's health and safety side of things. Obviously, historically, it would be like, no, all of you get in there, keep running, keep moving, we're not done. We do things like we clear the machine when we're launching it. Obviously, historically, you just stay in the machine. You don't need to do anything with that.
Of course. Yes, 21st century health and safety is a little bit different. When would this be?
So it's based off of manuscripts and documents from the 1300s.
Right. Trebuchets fling stuff with a counterweight. You put a lot of heavy things in there, and then you wind the arm down. Now, obviously, I'm doing this manually. There's a little ratchet system, but Warwick Castle uses either the electronic winch for test shots or, well, actually, I got to help manually wind it later. I'll show you how. It's quite a lot of work. Then, when everything's ready, you prepare the payload, the very heavy D4 here, and you get it securely in, and I hope this works. You fire. Which way are we firing? You're firing over the jousting arena.
Yes, yeah, over that way. I will say, firing will get you a little bit of comments. Because everyone will say you cannot fire a trebuchet because there's no gunpowder involved.
Right.
I've had that one.
Okay. We are launching the trebuchet?
Launching, loosing, shooting.
I disagree with those potential comments. Words change their meaning over time. In modern English, you can fire an arrow, you can fire a torpedo. We were going to fire that trebuchet. And the distance the rock's going to go is somewhere between 150 and 200 metres. It is not an accurate device. This is a siege weapon.
Yeah.
So its job is to take down a wall, not to accurately hit a target far away.
No. Or it's not even just to take down a wall. You can use this to destroy a wall, but the second we've destroyed a wall to the castle, we've then got a castle with a big hole in it, which, not always the greatest thing.
It's not what you want in your castle, really.
Exactly. But you could do things like you could throw over burning pots, pots of lime, because lime gets in the skin and it's really burning.
Right.
You could throw over dead animals to try and get stuff into wells and get diseases. So you defeat the people in the castle, and then everybody leaves the castle going, oh no, we can't live here anymore.
Right.
And then you've got a whole castle perfectly intact for you and your army to just walk straight into.
Other than the dead animals and the poison.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Send your peasants in to deal with that.
Yeah. We joke, but that's, massive loss of life now.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrific.
You could probably hear the plane there. Warwick Castle is under a flight path for Birmingham Airport. Our rocks are not going anywhere near high enough for that to be a concern. So before the castle opens to the public, time for a test shot. So you're going to test fire using the winch?
Yes.
So the winch is going to pull it into place?
Yep. And everything is exactly the same.
Right.
It's just the winch is pulling it out. This would be more like if you were using cattle.
Okay, yeah.
So instead of using people where our rope would go through and into there,
Yep.
This would be if you're using cattle or horses, where your rope comes down into a lovely block and tackle.
Right. Yep.
And the pulley system through here then goes through up that way, and the cattle will just pull it in that direction.
And in this case, we have, well, we've got quite a lot of horsepower over there instead. Yeah.
You'll be surprised how slow it is still.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. That seems reasonable. I'm skipping over a lot of the safety stuff here. Mark checked over the radio with the marshals, who were in place to make sure no one wanders into the launch site or the landing site, and that no one in a boat picks that moment to sail down the River Avon, just in case.
If you see the trebuchet misfire and it goes straight up, run.
Right.
Run in an opposite direction to the way it's coming down.
Does that happen often? Okay, good.
No.
But it's in the brief. Mark pushed his button. The winch started winching, the rope tightened, and the arm started descending. That counterweight is already full of rocks.
It really is just wild to look at, isn't it? So if you step up actually onto the machine,
Yep.
you'll actually feel some of the creaks, you'll feel the cracks. You can feel the vibrations running through on your feet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the whole thing is just juddering slightly. And that rope seems to be moving very, very slowly.
Yes.
Until you look up and realise how much stuff is being moved. Because remember, that winch isn't just pulling the arm down, it's pulling the counterweight up. There is so much force there. I have to ask the cheeky question.
Yeah.
I assume I'm not allowed to pull the pin.
You wouldn't be able to pull the pin, but you might be able to do an assisted trigger shot with me.
That I will happily take. I don't know what that means, but I'll
We'll both
try
be on
it.
the rope together.
Yep.
And we'll pull it in unison together after a count of 3. So I'll probably do that if we do our second shot.
Yep.
Just so you can see one of the pulls to start off
Yeah,
with.
absolutely.
And then we'll talk it through together on how that can happen.
Thank you very much, sir. Slowly but surely, the arm descended and the structure strained and groaned.
Okay, that's a big one.
Okay, that was meant to happen. That's fine.
Yeah, no, that happens every time.
At that moment, the only thing that was holding the arm down was the winch and the rope. So Mark put in the pin that kept it in place and also a second chain that acted as a backup. Okay, that's going nowhere.
Yeah, there's to make sure we have 2 points of connection the entire
course.
time to make
Yep.
sure if there was any issues, it's safe.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need.
Yeah.
So what we'll
Right.
do, if we'll step off the tread
Yes.
now, just because...
I need to be back behind the line?
No, you've got a little bit of time, yeah. We've got
All right.
I've got to, before we can fire it, we've got to get rid of all the rope,
Yep.
get the rope into a place, because otherwise if you leave the rope unattached,
Yeah.
you've got, how long is it? I think it's 34 metres. You have a 34-metre whip.
Oh.
They go...
Okay, yeah. No, that's bad.
yeah.
That's bad.
That will go faster than the speed of sound. You'll hear the whip crack of it.
I have seen old US Navy training videos of why you don't leave ropes lying around.
Yeah.
It will bisect a person.
Exactly that.
The US Navy video in question is called Synthetic Line Snapback, and thankfully it demonstrates with mannequins.
The fragile human body can be torn apart by this vicious assault.
The trebuchet is a weapon of war, and while it's no doubt a lot of fun in this context, there are huge forces involved.
As I release the tension on the winch,
Yep.
you'll see the trigger actually engage, and that's how we know trigger's engaged and it's safe to
See
use.
how close I can get my camera to that.
So it'll just be a tiny little movement. There you go. That's the trigger engaged.
It's a very small movement, but I can tell the difference there.
yeah. So that's how we know the arm is fully engaged. There's no tension in the
Yep.
winch anymore.
The rope is slack.
This is all on the trebuchet.
Until I was standing here, I didn't understand the scale of this or how much force there is just wound up there right now. And all that's holding it in is that one bit of metal.
Just moving that out the way.
Yep.
Again, just so there's a nice clear path for the ball as it launches out of the trough.
Right. So, talk me through what's going to happen. The ball is...
The ball is at the moment sitting on this lovely long rope that's going down the centre there.
Right.
I will be
Okay.
bringing in...
I was going to say, I couldn't find a projectile.
Well, I'll be bringing in my wonderful assistants from just over here.
Right.
Literally now. Loader to the machine! And they'll come in and they place the ball on the trough for me.
Right.
While I attach the loop to this point up here. This is really, really important. The curve of this has been scientifically worked out to make sure that it launches at the correct time, in the correct place, and the correct
Right.
rate. And this helps keep the rope on so it doesn't slip off earlier and launches it further. And we measure it with our scientific measuring device of a piece of wood carved to the exact same measurements. If it's gone out of alignment with this, we know there's a problem, we can't shoot.
Yeah, right, because every single time it runs, that could get pulled out of whack.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Prepare to load. Ready to load. Load the machine.
Because you do not load early.
No. So
same as any weapon. Until you know you're ready to fire, you don't have anything in the chamber.
No. Especially with the climbing around it, the moving around it, you don't want anything there in case anything did go wrong.
So how heavy is that?
That is, I believe that's an 18 kg rock.
Okay.
It's obviously attached to the rope. We've got a little bit of a modern thing in there that we have a little bit of a metal rebar put into it, and it is basically a concrete block.
Right.
Obviously, historically, it's just a lump of stone.
Lump of whatever you've got to fire.
And this is the point. I'm going to start undoing the safeties in a second. Once I have taken that safety off, I'll need you all to just head back over there.
Back behind there. Okay. All right.
Position A, MacLeod, shoot.
Position A, code green.
Position B, MacLeod, shoot.
Position B, code green, over.
Position C, MacLeod, shoot.
Code green, over.
All positions code green, all positions code green. Getting ready to release the safeties.
All right, let me know when I need to go. I'm going to keep the camera on you until the moment when you tell me to go away.
Chain removed. Pin removed. So if you'd like to stand, probably about, say about here.
Okay.
Over here. Trebuchet live.
When Mark pulls the rope, you'll hear him yell, "Have a care," which is an old-fashioned way of yelling, "Heads!"
All positions code green, all positions code green. Getting ready to release the rock. Have a care!
No Hollywood sound effects, no big thud on landing because it's so far away. I hope that's as impressive on camera as it was in person. There is so much mass moving so fast.
What I'm watching for now is just to make sure that as the arm is flinging back and forth, everything stays on it. There's no problems. The machine after firing, loosing, launching, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And also that the rope is going to sit nicely for us because we had a crack developed last year. So you can see there's a huge load of metal bracing that's been added down the arm, which has added, I think it's 84 bolts to the machine. And it's quite easy for the rope to get tangled around those 84 bolts.
And that's still tons of wood and stone rocking back and forth like it's just a swing set.
Yeah, historically, kids actually used to sit in the counterweight.
What?
Yeah, because of
No, sorry, historically. Do you mean historically or like historically at Warwick Castle?
No, historically.
Okay, right.
I would love to sit.
I would pay money for that.
Yeah, that experience. Because it is, like I said, it's a big swing. It's not a jagged action because of the fact of how it's axled and the weight of it. It swings freely, so you could sit in there and be...
Whoa. Okay. I can't find any evidence to back that up, but it's such a good story that I hope it's true. I really wanted to ride in that counterweight. Anyway, trebuchet working. An 18-kilo rock about the weight of 3 bowling balls has just been launched nearly twice the length of a football pitch. So someone went to fetch the rock, and before I got into the trebuchet to wind it and then helped fire it, we took a quick break. This is a little owl. That's the species name, the little owl, and they've been brought back from local extinction by something that I'm part of, Planet Wild, which is like crowdfunding for nature. Every month, more than 25,000 Planet Wild members, including me, fund a new targeted rewilding mission together, like the predator-proof nesting boxes that help protect these owl families, which has worked. The little owls are back in this part of Germany, and I'm really grateful to the team here for letting me visit and meet a couple of them. It's so much more than just some nest boxes, though. Planet Wild have a great video all about it. I will link it in the end card. It's worth watching. And Planet Wild are incredibly transparent. First, every single mission is documented on their YouTube channel within 30 days, along with text updates on the app, so you can see exactly who they're working with and what they've achieved. They follow up a year later, too. And second, There are quarterly financial reports on their website that give a lot of detail on where the money goes. So if you'd like to join me and be part of a group that is saving owls or building beehive fences in Tanzania to protect both humans and elephants, or any of the other dozens of measurable concrete things that Planet Wild does, if you'd like to help protect the planet from your sofa, then you can sign up and give whatever amount, big or small, feels right to you, and vote on where that money should go. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description. The first 150 people to sign up with my code, TOM7, will have their first month paid for. Do remember to use that code, TOM7. And there's no lock-in, so you can cancel at any time. Oh, you are adorable, aren't you? Break time was over, and with the first visitors of the day arriving, they set up for the trebuchet show. Just a small crowd this soon after opening on a school day. It'd be hosted by someone called Noel over on the other side of the river, and I'd get to take part. This was, oddly, not my first time in a treadmill crane.
Thank you.
Let me know if it doesn't.
That should work.
Are you staying in then, Josh, for the first unwind?
Yeah, I can.
That the right way round? Yeah. They have, quite sensibly, put the person in 21st century clothing with the big camera away from the tourists. That's I think a reasonable thing for Warwick Castle to do.
Winders to the wheels!
Right.
So then you can go in the wheel.
Okay. Yep. Joining me in the treadmill crane was Josh. Two other winders were on the other side. The rope was now connected to our wheel, and as we climbed forward, our weight would turn the wheel and pull down the arm. I'd been told there was a call and response. We'd hear, "Winders, ready!" And we'd reply, "Born ready." And I missed my cue.
Winders ready!
Born ready!
Born ready!
Walk on!
And you look out that way.
Yeah, pick a trick.
Yeah,
You want us to slow down at the snow?
I'm good. I'm good. We were told, don't look forward. If you look forward, you get confused by the rotating wheel, you get motion sick, you fall over, it's embarrassing for everyone. Instead, you look out. You pick a fixed point, like a tree, and you keep walking.
Yeah, you start feeling some resistance now.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it's a real leg workout.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping I'm putting enough energy in. I hope it's not just you doing this.
No, it's a...
Certainly feels like I am. This took a couple of minutes of climbing.
How are we all feeling back here?
Yeah,
All
really
good?
hard on your calves.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
We're nearly there, we're nearly on the break.
How can you tell?
There's a tape on the rope here,
All right.
so you can tell. Maybe in the next 2 seconds.
Winders, slow and hold!
So, halfway there. How are you feeling?
I'm good. You okay?
Yeah, great.
Halfway there?
Yeah.
We're halfway to it down.
The rope has to pull the trebuchet down. We were about halfway to doing that. And then once the trebuchet is locked and ready to fire, the rope has to get wound out of the way again because 34-metre whip.
Everyone happy to continue?
Yeah.
I'm slightly late on the born ready thing. I knew that joke was coming. I'm still slightly late.
Right,
Here we go this time.
ready again? So, Winders ready!
Born ready!
Walk on!
Oh! Look out that way!
Go find your tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's much harder than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, because you're not looking ahead of you, so you
Right.
can't really see where you're going.
10 feet remaining!
Oh,
I don't know what he said, but we're not stopping.
Yeah. So the arm is 10 feet away from where we need
8
it to
feet
be.
remaining!
I want 8 feet. We need
6 feet!
6 feet.
4 feet! 2 feet! Winders, slow and hold!
You did.
Job done.
You did it.
Thank you.
Good job, bro.
Winders, one in, one out! So you just go, if you like to, you can just stand on the back
Yep.
and you can help with our braking system, which is a very advanced piece of technology.
Okay.
That's the stopper and it's usually underneath here.
All right, yeah.
So when we do 1 in, 1 out, the other person will come around here and be on the brakes.
I am much happier with you on the brakes.
Winders, ready! Walk on!
So, with a bit less effort required, we wound the rope back in.
You're doing great, everyone. Keep it up. Ready on the brakes. Winders, slow and hold.
All right. Swapping over?
Winders, leave the machine.
There we go, yep.
1 in, 1 out.
Got it. Okay. Pick the barrels.
Do it your pace, okay?
Okay,
Your pace.
thank you. I don't know what my pace will be, so that's appreciated.
Winders ready!
Born ready!
Walk on! There is no rush. Take your time.
Eyes that way. With that, most of the physical work was done.
Winders, slow and hold. Winders, leave the machine. Josh to load. Would you like to assist with the loading?
Sure.
Yep, so if you follow Josh just over there, he'll take you through into the machine.
Step up and shoot.
Okay. Prepare to load?
Yeah.
Ready to load?
Ready.
Load the machine.
Okay. Cool. Then we pull it back as far as we can.
Right.
Have to not facing upwards. See, that's perfect.
Okay.
You happy with the positioning?
Yeah.
Right, you can leave the machine. Okay. Position A, we clear to shoot.
Position A, code green.
Position B, we clear to shoot.
B, code green.
Position C, we clear to shoot. All positions code green, all positions code green, getting ready to release the safeties.
All right.
So I'm just about to get ready to release the safeties
All right.
again. Amelia, I'm going to be waiting for Noel because he will go through his talk on the other side.
Yep.
He needs to be able to finish his stuff without me rushing him.
All right.
Hold the rope, you'll stand behind me.
Yep.
I'll count us in. We go forward and then pull backwards
Forward.
together.
Pull hard backwards. And I will
And
be...
as soon you'll
I'll be behind you?
behind me, yeah.
Behind you.
And as soon as it goes,
Yep.
let go of the rope.
Okay.
Don't keep hold of the rope, just in case.
Just in case.
Anything happens.
Okay.
Board ready! Chain removed! Pin removed! Trebuchet live!
So remind me again, we're going slightly...
So we have a little bit of slack in it.
Yep.
We let it go slack, and then pull back as hard as you can.
All right.
So if you
And I'm
stand
behind you.
Yeah, if you stand with the rope just there,
Yep.
there you go. We'll keep it about here. They're going to count us in.
Oh, of course they are.
So, a little bit less tension, just a little bit. Okay, go forward and let go.
Thank you for the reminder to let go.
Well done, sir. There you go.
Thank you very
Fired
much.
your first trebuchet. Or loosed your first trebuchet, I should say.
What a
It's-
joy.
It's such an experience, isn't it?
Don't forget about the owls. You can watch Planet Wild's video at the link on screen and use the code TOM7. Next time, or right now on Nebula, about 50,000 people are going to hear me try and play music, whether they want to or not.